What if I would tell you that there is a completely unseen world of test equipment which a normal electrical engineer, military electrical engineer doesn't even see? And if this would be visible in one place, then it is the EMV by Mesago. And I was there some time ago, and here is an analysis of a lot of equipment which you just normally don't see. The star of the show, of course, was Rode & Schwarz with their new measurement receiver. And what I especially liked about it was that you see here in the back, you can remove the hard drive and even the whole motherboard. So this means that if you want to share the device with another laboratory, but you can't pass sensitive data over, you simply buy two motherboards and carry them around. And this is another incredibly neat thing on the Rode & Schwarz of the new one. You go here for the screenshot, and then you see here it gives you everything. You can explore the whole file system, and you can just go anywhere, like for example here into your own drive, and then you can just save your screenshot like you see right here. This is just a very, very neat aspect of this product. And this thing runs Windows, and actually it runs Windows 10. And I had a little chat with Rode & Schwarz about the whole Windows question, and they said a few very interesting things. Namely, that they actually don't particularly like it if people use and run software directly on the instrument. And now back to the point at hand. At the back of the unit, you've got GPIB and so on. And what Rode & Schwarz actually wants you to do is to use external hardware to control the piece of TMI purely as a piece of TMI. And you can now say that this is specific to Rode & Schwarz, but it actually is not. Here we see Gauss Instruments. This is a company in Munich which makes real-time spectral analyzers. They recently expanded the bandwidth to 1000 megahertz of analysis bandwidth. And as you see on the demo, they are also putting a laptop running the actual analysis software on top of the demonstration device. Another neat thing are all these power supply companies. Like here you see ZES Zimmer, for example, who recently added new channel options to their laboratory power supplies. And then, of course, you've got an incredible amount of burst generators, which basically generate these pulses intended to simulate disturbances for an EMV test. Here I'm just showing you a few. There were like 20 different vendors. And there was one company, namely Spitzberger and Spies, who always confirm my theory of the specialization in the area of test equipment. Because as you see here, their product is a pulse generator intended purely for simulating automotive pulses. And it does this via a variety of software and hardware options, basically permitting you to really generate just the pulses that you need for testing your automotive system. And in what has been another yay capitalism moment, there was actually a company making all kinds of test equipment, which they advertised, I kid you not, as working standalone and never phoning home. So you see, if there is a market for something, such as a cloudless piece of test equipment, Eventually it gets filled. And at 3M, they have a really neat demonstration based on the NanoVNA. And they basically give you the material and you ram the material in here, and then you can watch the NanoVNA and you see how here the 5 kilohertz interconnection changes depending on which of the material cards you ram in. And I think this is just a really neat, here they give you another one, you see. This is just a really neat piece of test equipment demo, and it really is deserving of an honorable mention here. Another interesting thing was SAF Technica from Latvia, who presented their portable spectral analyzers and signal generators. The idea here, of course, is that you can bring them into a test chamber or something like that without having to bring in external power, and just it makes positioning and setup so much easier. And as for inside the chamber, of course, positioning systems are also all the rage. And what makes this company particularly interesting is that they also showed RoHCl, which is a CNC processable material which is transparent to EMV. So you can put it inside of an EMV chamber without it disturbing your testing process very much. Another interesting similar product is the LumiLoop, which we see here. And here we see it with its power supply. And the idea is here that the field probe is completely powered by laser. So there is only an optical fiber, but no classic fiber going into the cell. And this is Pendulum, once again with their PCB EMC scanner, which basically drives across the PCB and then has a little scan. And what is now new is that you see that the scanner results are also, they have a camera like so that now you don't only get the heat map, but the thing can also photograph for you so that you see directly where the EMI is living. And yes, this over there is this 3D printer-like thingy which actually scans the device under test. Here I'm at the booth of Amber Precision Instruments, and what we see here is their robotic zapper. Basically it's a zapper, and you see here it cleans the tip, and then it goes, collects the tip, and it can zap the things. This will now take a bit, now it collected its tip, you see. Over there is a generator, and then it can go anywhere and it can zap the things to ensure perfect EMC compatibility. It's a very neat idea. Now, of course, it can't really zap because we're in public, but you see. And the last thing which I want to discuss in detail is Langer EMV and their system, which, as you see here, is intended for probing chips on a per chip level. And the whole idea here is basically that you can make the whole system much more ESD robust more easily if the individual components exhibit high robustness. And this thing here is another just super neat and in a way so typically East German strike of genius. This is an intercom for an EMC chamber. And if you look very carefully at it, you see this is a 3D printed case which was then post-processed with EMC paint to increase the robustness of the system further. And I think this is just a really smart piece of kit and definitely deserves a mention. Here I'm at the booth of Wave Lab Ruhr, which is a test lab of some sort. And what is really neat is they've got this drone here, and they claim that this drone is the most efficient way to do large scale, as in out of chamber testing for EMC. So basically it generates them these 3D scan heat maps similar to what the pendulum 3D printer does, but of course on a much larger scale. And with that, I'm very thankful for your attention. Bye bye, like, subscribe, and see you soon. Thank you.